myself, my name is Akin Oladeji. I'm the founder of Learn with Pride, and Learn with Pride is a training organization, IT training organization that help people that wants to transition from non-IT to the IT space. We don't only train theoretically. You go through the practical training, and afterwards you also have the opportunity to work on a project. So that's what we do, and our courses ranges from project management to business analysis to DevOps engineer, software automation testing, data analytics, UI UX, Scrum Master, product owner. So those are the courses we provide, and we have students across the board, those still on the training, those who have finished, and those who are working already. So this is a journey, regardless of the reason that you are considering a career change, whether for family life balance, probably for you're looking for a remote job, or probably you're just tired of what you're doing and you want a career change, or probably you're thinking that, oh, one day I'm going to relocate, or I'm relocating soon. And when I relocate, I don't want to be doing all these odd jobs abroad. I want to equip myself with the necessary skill, with the necessary knowledge, and so that I can get a good job. Or you might be a student, and you're looking for a side hustle. If you have this knowledge, as a UI UX or product designer, it's something, as you're studying as well, it's something that you can get like a contract role, whereby you can deliver probably for like 2 3 months, and you'll be paid in foreign currency as well. So regardless of the reason why you want the career change, it can come to reality. But before it can come to reality, you have to go through the journey. It's like the lottery saying, you have to be in it to win it. If you're not in it, you just be wondering, or you'll just be imagining that, oh, my friend just got a job, and but what are you doing to get yours? Are you putting yourself in a situation whereby you can get that kind of a role as well? But before you can put yourself in that situation, you need to be equipped. You need to be equipped with necessary knowledge, and that is what we represent. Sorry, as I'm switching on and off, I'm just letting people in. So that is what we do at Learn with Pride. We've been going strong, going to 4 years now, and we thank God for different testimonies from our students as well. Um, but before you can, for everyone that puts in the work, for everyone that you follow the due process thoroughly, you always have reason to give thanks at the end of the journey. So can everyone still hear me? Yeah, I believe so. We are going to do our best to give you all the necessary skills, knowledge, tools, support, and all of that. But you still have the job to do yourself. So this is going to be a 3 days per week kind of a training. That doesn't mean you have to stop at that 3 days. If you want to be, because the essence of this process is, at the end of this journey, you want to be able to compete with those who has been doing it in the industry for 2 3 4 years. That is the whole aim, you know but for that to happen, it has to be an everyday journey for you. So that means you have to make a sacrifice. If you are the type that love watching Netflix every single day, that needs to stop for the next 3 to 5 months. If you are the type that likes probably going out every day, every evening, you need to make a sacrifice to achieve what you want to do. And that sacrifice is only for a short period of time. It's not something that will continue for everlasting. No. So yeah, so let me quickly go through my slide. I don't want to waste too much of your time because of the questions at the end of the session. And you know, so about UI UX, although I'll leave this more to the facilitator to explain better to you. But again, we can quickly go through it. 1 second. All this video. All right. So about UI UX, I'm sure probably more than half, or if not everyone on this call knows about UI UX, and that is the reason why you are on this call right now. But quickly, we can quickly go through it, but I won't go in depth. I'll leave that to the facilitator to take us through this journey. So the UI UX design specialization brings a design-centric approach to user interface and user experience design, and offers practical skill-based instruction center around the visual communications perspective. You know, to cut the whole story short, every organization or most organizations require, if they are into IT and they are into product development, they require a product designer, and that is where you come in. More will be talked about these when I introduce you to the facilitator. So, what's the course objective? What are you going to learn on this course? So you know more about the user experience, which is the UX, more about the UI, which is the user interface, more about wireframe, how to design your wireframe, how to do your UX research, the prototype, um, how to do the prototype, the use. Oh, sorry, I'm just, some people are late comers.
I will be in the lobby. I will allow people to join the training. That's okay.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thanks. Thanks. All right, really appreciate that. All right, so the prototype, user experience design, usability testing, and you'll be using Figma as well. So let's go to the next one. But why UI UX? Why is it, why has it become the talk of the town? Why? It's because you can easily get into IT through UI UX. It's because you can get a job, whether you are a student looking to fund your school fees, whether you are a family man looking to change career, whether you just want a family life balance situation, or you want to travel out and you'll be earning this money. You might even be lucky. And this is what has happened since after COVID, since post COVID. Companies now recruit, any part of the world. You know, you can be in Nigeria and get a remote job. Can we all mute our mic, please? Can we all mute our mic as we are joining? Thank you very much. All right. So you can be in Nigeria and get a job in the UK. You can be in Ghana and get a job with a company in Australia. You can be in the UK and get a job with a company in Zimbabwe. So any part of the world that you are, you can get a remote job. And I think that is what majority is looking for now, remote job, being able to work at the comfort of your home. You don't have to say you want to wake up early in the morning, 5 o'clock, because of rush hour, because you have to resume work at 8 a.m. No, you work at the comfort of your home. So, what is the average pay like in the UK? I'm using UK as reference because that is where we are based, but this doesn't matter as well because this can be in dollars. The job you get might be in dollars, it might be in naira, depending on the company. But using UK as a point of reference, what is the average salary of a UI UX or product designer in the UK? If you are looking at a permanent role, we are looking at 50,000 average salary. But if you are looking for a contract, if you are looking at contract role, we are looking at around 400 per day. If you're getting around 400 per day, that is like £8,000 per month. £8,000 per month times 12, that is a lot of money. And there are loads of quick jobs that you can get with UI UX online, you know, especially for students who are looking for quick money. There are probably 2 months, 3 month job if you don't want to take up a permanent role. So that's why many people are going into UI UX. Another reason is because you can work remotely from any part of the world, and it's in high demand as well. As I said, majority of IT companies required this service. They want a product designer. They will have a developer, they want a product designer as well to create that design that the developer will work with, you know. So it is very, very essential, this role. And you can't get it wrong. And if you are looking for, it's one of the most, if you're looking to transition into tech, it's one of the most, will I say, easiest point of entry into any tech roles. And it's really high paid as well. All right. So what would be the training roadmap like? As in, if you come on board with Learn with Pride, how are we going to take you on this journey? It is important to know that. So let's go through that one by one. The first one is the training. So there will be a 3-month practical training, you know, a 3-month practical training that will expose you to industry standard tools used for as a product designer, that will expose you, that will get your hands dirty as well. And after this 3 months training, also you now have the opportunity, another 2 month opportunity, you know, to be placed on a project with us. So the whole journey will be a 5 months journey. And I'm telling you, even you don't need to wait for that 5 months. At the end of your practical training, which is a 3 month, you can start applying for jobs. You can start putting your CV out there, you know. But because, as I said, it's a practical experience, right? It's a practical training. It's not theoretical. So after the 3 months, you'll be good to go. But it's the other 2 months is just to get your hands more dirty, for you to work as part of a team whereby there will be developer, there will be scrum master, there will be business analyst, there will be tester. You work as part of a team. That will be what the 2 months will be all about. But even before that, you are good to go at the end of the 3 months practical training. You'll be taught in demand skills of product designer in an easy to understand way as well. And the tutor, the facilitator that will be taking you on the journey has many years of experience, and it's all about, you know, allowing yourself to be taken on the journey. As I said earlier on, you have to sacrifice. It's a matter of sacrifice, because you want to be able to compete with those who has been doing it in the industry for 2 3 years. For that to happen, you have to commit, to the process, and you have to dedicate your time, because it is your input into the process that will equals to your output at the end of the day. And the best way to know or to be a subject matter expert is by making a mistake on the journey. And before you can make a mistake on the journey, that means you have to do the job and make a mistake and go to someone that knows it, probably like your facilitator, and you'll be corrected. You know, that is how it works. It's not a Sunday medicine. A Sunday medicine approach will not work. It's an everyday thing, because you don't know it. You don't only want to know it at the end of the 3 months. You want to be able to secure a role at the end of the 3 months. You want to be able to conveniently, uh, design, whatever that has been given to you as well to design. That is the aim. And we are here to help you. We are here to support you. We are going to give you all the necessary support that you need, because part of the package includes, as I said, the 3 months training, the 2 months internship, mentorship, the support, interview preparation, and you'll be given a reference for the duration that you are with us. So for the 5 months duration that you're with us, you'll be given a reference, which is very, very good. Yeah. So that is the training bit. The next one is the project, which I've just talked about, which is the internship as well. So after the 3 months project, you'll be put on after the 3 months practical training, you'll be put on a project for another 2 months, whereby you'll be able to work as part of a team. There will be developer on the team, there will be scrum master, product owner, business analyst, tester, and there will be yourself as well as a product designer, and you will know the usefulness, the role that you play as part of a team. you know, and that is the project bit. You can see at the bottom of the slide, certificates alone cannot get you the job. You need the hands-on practical experience because many people, and it's the way we've been brought up, it's all about certificates. Everything we want to do is all like, I have to be certified, I have to be certified, I have to be certified. But things are changing rapidly. It's not about certification now. It's about what you can deliver. You might have hundreds of certificates, but if you don't have the practical knowledge or the experience, nobody will hire you. Companies are looking for someone who can hit the ground running, not someone that comes with a theoretical knowledge based on what you've read in textbook or on Google. No, companies need someone who has actually done the job before. And that is what we are providing you on this journey. So after the training, after the project, so you've done the training, you've done the project. Now you know you are almost there. You've got the knowledge now. You are almost there. But the third point, this one is very, very crucial as well. It's very, very important, which is the third point, which is the optimization of your brand has to be optimized. You know, you might have the knowledge, you might have what it takes to get the job because you've done the training, you've done the project, you know how everything works. But if you are not visible in the market, nobody will see you. If the recruiters cannot see you, then you cannot get hired. If the recruiters cannot see you, that means you cannot get hired. That means your CV cannot be seen. You just be wondering what is going on. You know, I know what I'm doing, but I'm not getting the calls. The reason you are not getting the calls is you are not visible in the market. So your CV has to be optimized. We work with one of the best in the market as well when it comes to CV revamping, which we can introduce you to at a reduced price if you want to, when the time comes. It's not now, but when the time comes, before you start applying. Then after your CV is your LinkedIn profile as well. LinkedIn has become a professional marketplace for recruiters. They go there to add ons, to look for people to recruit. So that means you have to be on LinkedIn as well. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, that means one has to be created before you start applying for jobs. So it is very important. This point, this stage, it's very, very important to secure a role. One aspect is the training, another aspect is the project, which you've done. Now you are well, you know, equipped. But if this third point is missing, then you'll be wondering, you'll be asking yourself, you know what? I've gone through this 5-month process, but I'm not getting jobs. I'm not getting calls. What is happening? It's because you are not visible in the market. So which is very, very key. So now that we've sorted the first point, the second point, the third point, training is done, project is done, optimization is done, then you can now start applying for jobs. you know Even if you don't apply for jobs, companies, recruiters will reach out to you because they can now see your profile online, and your profile matches with what they are looking for. They'll reach out to you, they'll call you. Are you available for a short call? Things like that. You start getting calls. Then after that, now comes the next stage, which is preparation for that interview when you've been shortlisted. And this is part of what we will help you with as well, with interview preparations and all of that, so that you can go there ready with the training, with the practical knowledge, with the experience, with the team, with the interview preparation. Then you should be able to ace the interview. you know that is what you are going to that will be that is what the roadmap looks like if you come on this journey with us. Okay. After this, I went online to just randomly to look for similar job roles online and how much they are going for. You can see Figma here. It's one of the tools that you'll be using on this journey, which is very key. This is a 12-month contract paying £400 per day. If you are getting £400 per day in a month, that is £8,000 per month. Even if this contract is not 12 months, even if this contract is just 3 months, getting 8,000 times three, that is 16, like 24,000 pounds in 3 months. That is fantastic. You know, another one is this next one. This is paying, how much is this one paying? This is paying 600 pounds per day. You can see this is paying 600 pounds per day. 600 pounds per day, that is 12,000 per month. Even if you are a student and you just get, and this might be in dollars as well. There are lots of these jobs in the US, Canada, Australia's, and all of that. If this is even dollars, that is $12,000 per month. Imagine you are a student, you just get 2 month contract paying this amount. That will settle a lot of things. That will settle a lot of bills. Gone are the days when we as students we rely on our parents, for school fees, for maintenance, and all of that. Things are changing. Students are hustling for themselves, and this is one of the good jobs that can earn you a very high return. If you understand what I'm saying. So, not to waste your time. So the next slide is how much. I'm sure most people on this call knows how much, because it's been sent out. Communication has been sent out regarding the cost. The cost for this uh, training, for the duration, for the 5 month duration, is actually 299 for the whole of 5 months. And for this whole of 5 months, what you are getting as part of the package, as I mentioned earlier on as well, is you are getting our support, our mentorship, interview preparation, and reference. We're going to give you a work reference for the duration that you are with us. But I'm going to do something for those on the call tonight, and this will expire on Friday. This is Wednesday. This will expire on Friday, close of play on Friday. I won't give a 20% discount, but rather I'm going to give a 30% discount for those who register between now and Friday. 30% discount of 299 will be given for those who wants to come on this journey and register between now and Friday this week. After Friday this week, you can still register, but the 30% might not be applicable again. The discount might drop to 10% from Saturday. So if you want to take the opportunity of the discount, 30%, not 20%, 30% discount, then you have to enroll between now and Friday. And from Saturday, the discount will drop to 10% from Saturday. And we even make it more convenient for everyone. Even after we deducted the 30%, you don't need to pay the whole amount at once. No, it's only half of that is due to start on the process, and the other half will be due after 5 weeks, so that we can accommodate, we can give that allowance to people, so that we won't stress them too much. So it's not due once, it will be due, it's gonna, you can pay twice. If you have it to pay once, that is fine, you can pay once. But if not, only half after the 30% discount has been applied is due, and the other half can be paid after 5 weeks that you started the journey. So if you want to take the screenshot of these details, account details, you can do that, or also you can send a message to us on WhatsApp, on this number on WhatsApp. I will be more than happy to respond back to you. Also on Instagram, you can DM us on Instagram for more information. I made mention about CV revamp earlier on. If you want to reach out to the people, but when the time comes, they are called Career Deck Limited on LinkedIn. I said LinkedIn, sorry, on Instagram. If you want to reach out to them when it comes to revamping of CV, LinkedIn optimization, but we are not there yet, but for information purpose. All right, so that is the details on your screen. You can take a screenshot, save the number, send me a message later on if you still have any questions you want to ask. Also, you can take a screenshot of this one. Again, the 30% discount is applicable for those on the line online now and wants to enroll between now and Friday. From Saturday, it will drop down to 10%. This journey will be starting on the 23rd of January, and it's going to be a 3 days uh 3 days a week session. The session will be 3 days a week for 3 months. So you can see it's going to be really intense, and you are going to learn more than enough if you are ready to put in the effort and do the work. For now, I'll stop talking and I'll stop sharing as well. I'll call on the facilitator will be taking you on the journey, to shed more light into the process, the benefits um, that you can get as a UI UX designer, what it entails for you to become a product designer. So I'll call on Mena if you can unmute yourself and probably share your screen. Thanks.
Hello, Daddy.
Oh, hold on. I think I muted everyone. 1 second. All right, let me. Hello, Mena. Are you online now? If you're online now, can you
Oh,
mute?
hi.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Oh, all right. Thanks. You can take it from here.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
So, sorry for that. My internet was just fluctuating. Okay, guys. Welcome to the UI UX tester section. And Mr. Akin has said a lot about what you'll be expecting if you eventually join our if you eventually join us to start your career journey. So, without wasting much of our time, I'm just going to go straight on to what you will be expecting in our courses, in our UI UX courses. So I'm just going to share my screen now, and we take it off from there. 1 minute, please.
That's two, two, 499 pounds. Oh, sorry.
If you are
Can everyone
talking,
see my screen, please?
yes, we can see your screen. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to have a brief, give a brief introduction about myself and what I do. Basically, just a brief introduction about myself. So my name is Mena, okay, Mena Weibo, and I'm a product designer. I work with eConnect Net Power. It's a lifestyle tech company in Lagos, Nigeria. I have over 4 years experience in product designing. So, and I also transitioned from a career in real estate into product design, and I can tell you it has been an amazing journey so far. I mean, coming from an entirely different career that I absolutely knew nothing about tech, and then now 4 years later, I'm I mean that's to show you that UI UX product design is just an amazing career path if you really if you put in your mind and your everything to it. So having said that, we'll just go straight to the slides and just tell you I mean what exactly you would be learning and benefits of taking this course with the company. So please can everyone hear and see my screen, please?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
we can.
So so first off, um I mean, you need to for you to be able to start something, for you to go into a particular journey, you have to know why you're even going into it in the first place. I mean, it's easy for us to just, oh, UI UX, product design is what is trending, is it is just it's a cool thing to do right now, but is that what you want to do? So that's why I tried to show you what why UI UX, like why do you want to do UI UX in the first place. First off, I'm just going to add a few things to what Mr. Akin said. um, UI UX, it's a solution oriented career. Now, it's every career or every business is all about bringing value and solutions and solving problems. So, what UI UX is about is generally always solving problems, always creating solutions to problems. So it's an ever evolving career because at the end of the day, you can never fully solve an entire problem, right? So that's what makes product design. I mean, so when I say product design and UI UX, it's the same thing. However, I would go into product design and UI UX. It's the same thing, but then so that's what makes UI UX design as a career very interesting because there's always something to solve. There's always a problem to solve, and solving problem equates to bringing value. So if you can bring value to a company, you are very much valued. If that makes sense. Secondly, UI UX designers are in high demand. Like we're in the tech world, and I don't think there's no, according to statistics, tech is not going anytime soon because it's an evolving thing. We just started, you unmasking the layer of tech. Do you understand? Especially digital products. So product designers are always in demand. They're always looking for product designers because there's always something to solve in every product or in every business or in every digital product, right? So it's one of the highest demands, career demands in tech industry. Also, you can work in so many kinds of companies. So it's not like it's restricted to any, maybe just oil and gas or probably advertising or banking or finance. No, it cuts across everything because right now every company wants to have their businesses online. Every company wants to either have an app, wants to either have an online presence. So you as a UI UX designer or as a product designer, you can work in anywhere, even in the World Bank. You can work with Google, you can work with any, like, it's not limited to, oh, I studied this, I have to work in finance, or I studied this, I have to be in the oil or an energy sector or an energy industry. No, it's a very versatile um, it's a very versatile career, and you can apply to anywhere as long as they have digital products, as long as they are interested in the online market. You definitely have you definitely have um, opportunities. Um, can everyone hear me? I just want to make sure that
Yes.
I'm not
Yes,
speaking.
we can.
Okay, so partly, the next one is, like I said, it's an evolving career. It's always evolving. There's always something new. So you, as a product designer, as a UI UX designer, you always need to learn. You always need to read, because it's not just because you know how to do this particular kind of design. There's always something else. There's always something new. They're always like, it's evolving. So you have to be and like and adapt. Like you have to adapt to reading, and not necessarily always like be inquisitive, be curious about stuff. So that's is why it's very interesting. Also, UI UX designers are shaping the future. I mean, almost everybody, like I said, is either wanting to have an online presence, or a mobile app where people can just easily go through their products, right? So it's just shaping the future generally, just as the way tech is, right? So yeah, that's why I believe you should. I mean, if you're interested in any tech career, UI UX is definitely the go to one. So next slide we have, so explaining. I mean, we're talking about what UI UX is. What exactly is UI UX? So UI UX is just user interface, user experience design. So that's just an acronym for user interface and user experience design, right? So it's all about practicing, or it's all about designing products, digital products for users, right? So as a UI, as a UI UX designer, you are like the word user. You are so centered on the user, right? You're not all about what you feel, or your entire main goal is about how the user perceives a product, how the user perceives a particular website, a particular app, and making sure that that user can be able to use whatever it is that you designed from the beginning to the end without any, I mean, hiccups along the way. So it's very important to understand what it's about. It's not about the aesthetics of what you're designing. Oh, it's fine, or you are just, it's about, this product I'm designing, is it usable by users? So that's just um the entire what's the word now, skeleton of UI UX. It's about the user. How can, because if a user is using a product, or if you're using a product, I mean, we are all users. You have to. It's all about the user being able to navigate through the products without the product designer being there, without the developer being there, without the project manager being there. It's you being able to design something that a user can comfortably use by their self. Do you understand? And have an amazing experience also while using it. I'm sure most of us have gone through some websites, and then maybe along the way, or some mobile apps, and then along the way, you can't even navigate your way around because the entire user interface and user experience is just, it's very confusing and too cumbersome, and then we just drop alongside. So that's you understand, if for you to be a very good UI UX designer, you have to understand the basics of the user, of how a user should use your product and what exactly is about. So like I said here, it's the ability to create both a visually appealing and a highly pleasant product for users to interact. It's not just okay for your product to be beautiful with nice graphics and nice designs. You have to be able to ensure that even as it's nice, it's also usable and also functional to your users. So this is what I always go by. Design adds value faster than it adds cost. If you have a very good design, like a design literally sells faster than any other thing. So if you have a good design, you add more value to a company than um, it adds more value to a company than the cost. Do you understand? So if you have a good, that's why most companies, like, they really are interested, especially tech companies or any high value business company, they're interested in how well a designer knows how to, design, if that even makes sense. Like the functionality, can this designer, does this person know how to make money? And because you as a designer, you're not just designing. The idea of you designing is for the company to be able to make money and also add value to their customers, right? So that is from Joel Spilsky, is the creator of and the co-founder of Trello. Trello is a project management software. Then also, I just did these little graphics here. As a UI UX designer or UI UX in its entirety, it's all about curiosity. As a UI UX designer, you have to be very inquisitive. Like I said, it's an evolving career. It's not something that because you know how to do one thing or you're understanding something now or you know how to do you get, you have to read, you have to open your mind to learning and changing, learning and relearning what you already know already, right? So it's a very it's a career that you need to always learn. You always have to be on your toes. I mean, even as I am, my years of experience, I still learn and unlearn things that I probably had learned 2 3 years ago, right? Because now it's not relevant, and I need to give the I need to give business value to whoever it is I'm working with. So you have to learn and unlearn. So that means you have to be very curious. You have to know what's in the market, what's the current design trend, what exactly is it that can stand me out as a designer or as a product designer. You also have to have empathy, because for the fact that you are working with users, you have to understand their pain points. You have to understand, oh, as a user, what what every user should feel while using the product. So that's where the empathy comes in. So if you have a soft skill like if you have a personal soft skill like of empathy, I mean, you do very well in UI UX. Also, you also have to know how to communicate, because you're not just designing for yourself. You're going to be working with other people. You're going to work with design developers. You're going to work with product managers. You're going to work with really difficult shareholders, right, and product owners. So you have to understand emotional intelligence. You have to understand how to communicate properly. That's why you have to know how to communicate properly, because sometimes communications it can just be one way. You have to get feedback, because that is basically what your entire career is about. You have to get feedback from designs, get feedback from product owners, from developers, and try and be able to navigate through and just make sure you make changes. So communication is very, very, very important. Very, very important. And also creativity. I mean, nowadays there are so many resources online that you can be able to draw creativity from. There's Pinterest, Dribble, Behance, a whole lot. Google has a whole library of UIs as user interfaces that you can just go around and just be able to fuel your creative mindset. So that's that about that. So quick one, we'll just go straight into the course overview. What you should be expecting when you join this program. So first off, it's a 12 weeks zero to career ready UI UX design course. So what this means is, it's if you're coming from an entirely different background, like I guess most of us are, you're literally going to come into this program and you'll be able to, after the 12 weeks or after 3 months, you'll be able to know, or you'll be able to, how do I put it? You'll be able to solve real life UI UX problems, right? So if you're coming in, you're sure that even as you don't know anything about UI UX, you're going to come in, and then after the course, you definitely know a whole lot, and you'll be employable as a product designer. Also, we'll teach you everything that you need to learn to land your first product design job. That includes interviews, preparing for interviews, your portfolios, case studies, basically an all-rounder, so that, like Mr. Akin said, you come in and you're coming in as you already have the experience equipped to, start adding your own value to any company or any organization that you find yourself in. So also we give you interview questions and how to, answer questions, especially when it has to be, especially when it's directed towards your experience as a UI UX designer as well. So so far, do we have any question? Or I hope everyone can hear me.
Yes, we take all the questions at the end of your
At the
session.
end, all right, fine. Okay, so what you will learn in this course is an introduction to UI UX. So you have to understand the fundamentals of UI and UX, that's user interface and user experience. You can be able to distinguish between user interface and user experience, because they're two different things. You'll be able to understand problem solving through UX designs, and also differentiate between a good UX and a bad UX. I mean, if you see a good UI or a good UX or a good user interface or a good user experience product, you can know, oh, this is wrong. This is, I mean, if they had done it this way, it would have been better off this way. Do you understand? Because that's what you'll be able to, that's what will help you to build case studies for your portfolios, right? So what most people do, what most hiring managers, I mean, look at most of the time, especially when they're going through your portfolios, is how has this designer been able to solve an existing problem? I mean, you get to have problems that you get to have cases where you don't even get to even do any kind of design any product from the scratch. All you'll be doing is just solving problems of what other designers have done, right? To ensure that a particular product works perfectly well. On my entire career, I can count how many times I have literally designed a product from the scratch. It's usually mostly adding and making an already existing UI UX or an already existing product become better than it was before. So understanding the values and the problems that you need to solve in a particular product is very important. So we really dig into that a lot, because this is like the main issue. If you can understand what exactly it is you as a product designer, what they need from you, then you have like literally 70% of your work already done. So we'll be doing that in our first 2 weeks. We're doing that in our first 2 weeks. I'm just introducing you to, oops, sorry about that. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so introduction
Yes, we
to the UI UX. Then also we're taking you through design thinking and user research. So I mean, before you start a design, before you start anything, whether you're designing a product from scratch or whether you are doing you're developing or designing an existing feature or an existing product, regardless, you need to have a design thinking. So you have to understand how designers think, throughout the process. You're not just going into the design to just, okay, we're going to add a button here, or we're going to add a link here, or we're going to add that. You need to understand what is the process of the design, like design thinking, right? And that involves research. I mean, most of us are career people here, and to understand the the importance of research, market research, competitive research analysis, right? So we also teach you about how to do a proper user research and how a good designer should think, whether you are solving a problem of a startup or you're solving a problem of an existing product, right? So we'll teach you that. And also we'll go into wireframes and low-fi fidelity mockups. What this means is we'll then teach you how to design, like use Figma, use design tools. There are lots of design tools. There's Figma. I mean, Figma is like the only free one. So that's why most people use Figma, because it's very free. But for now, I think Adobe has bought them in, but still free. So it's just that there are just some features that might be locked for now. But then it's not something that you can, with the features that are available for the free version, it's something that you can still be able to be like, you can also learn and also master as well. So we'll be teaching you design tools. There are other design tools as well, but they are not free. So that's the reason why our main focus is going to be Figma. Figma, you can do literally anything with Figma. You can do graphics, you can do UI UX, you can create logos, you can, like, Figma is an entire ball, like it's the app, right? It's the software. So you can do collaborations with designers, you can do collaborations with developers, stakeholders, draw process maps, site maps, user journeys, like it's a whole lot. So we'll be teaching you how to do that. Also high fidelity designs and prototypes. We're going to teach you how to prototype, how to show your designs, or how to display your designs to stakeholders, product owners, and other tech people, so that they can be able to understand what you have designed. Because one thing for you to design, and then the prototype just brings like an idea, or just brings life to your designs, right? So that's what prototyping is about. We're going to really teach a lot about prototyping and how to convey your message through prototypes as well. And then we're going to also do information architecture. That's also the user journeys, drawing site maps. Just basically, what this means is just how a particular product is going to work, right? So I'm going to give an example. Let's say you just visit a website, and then you have all these buttons, you have click here, sign up here. Let's say, for example, you visit like a job site website, and you see sign up here, you see like a link to so all of that started from a chat, started from a site map, started from a process. It didn't just spring up with the design. So we will teach you how to convert site maps and user journeys into actual designs. Because sometimes you might be given a project, and they're not giving you anything. You literally don't have anything aside from maybe the user requirements. Sometimes you might not even get user requirements. You just get, okay, I want to build a shopping app, an e-commerce app, right? So just maybe the product owner told you, I want to build an e-commerce app. That's all he knows. But for you, in that I want to build an e-commerce app, there's a whole lot that goes into it, right? So we're going to teach you how to literally break just a simple sentence like, I want to build an e-commerce app, into actually building a very good e-commerce app, right? So all of that is in the information architecture. Then after that, we'll do usability testing. So it's not enough for you to just design, you have to be able to test, right? So we'll teach you how to use the laws of UX, that's their laws and principles, to be able to test your your design. So usability testing is just all about testing the UIs, that's the user interface, user designs um, that you have designed or that you have created, and make sure that they're actually workable with actual users. So you will be taught how to do that, and the various softwares that are also needed, and how to also convert feedbacks into usable solutions. So when you do your usability testing, you'll be able to see how a particular or how users have used your designs, right? And then convert, if there are any problems or if there are any troubleshooting, you have to convert that into your designs again. So basically, it's a whole, like, it's going to be an interesting journey. Like I said, we'll also give you career prep. The career prep includes walking you through your CVs, your portfolios, because as a designer, or as a product designer, that's your portfolio is basically like your CV. Most recruiters want to see what you've done so that they will know if you are capable of replicating that in their own firms. So we'll take you on how to do a proper um, portfolio that is presentable and also higher and employable as well. Um, Interview questions and how to comport yourself during interviews, and what to say and what not to say while you are interviewing for your first maybe product design role. So yeah, all of this here is just what I wrote here, everything. um the first step, we'll have a course preparation. We just set everybody up with Figma. So you open accounts with Figma, open accounts with Slack. Maybe depends on which of the communication. I don't know anyone, but then we're going to open accounts with Figma though, and then depends on the mode of learning we're going to use. Everybody will also have accounts that would be able to converge and learn. We get to know our teammates, get to know me better, right? Because as a designer, you can't work alone. You have to work with other people as well. So yeah, basically that's about it. We'll also do in during the course. We'll also do assignments, and we take questions, and just basically giving us proper. It's not just going to be theoretical. We're going to be doing like hands-on, like a boot camp, like hands-on real life experience project. So we could just come today and just say, okay, we have a particular statement. How do we solve it, right? And we're not just talking about it. We're literally working on the particular, like as if we are actually in a company, right? So it's going to be very um, practical, very practical, and we're going to have a lot of collaborations with other of our teammates, right? So that we can be able to share ideas, and so it's just basically putting us how in the actual business space, right? So it's going to be lots of practical, like I said. We're going to experiment, we're going to do lots of learning and unlearning and corrections. But yeah, that's um visual design is all inside the introduction to UI UX, scaling design systems, and yeah, that's just basically all. Okay. The other one I want to talk about, we'll be talking about how to also hand off your designs and your documentations to developers, because I mean developers just know, they're just all about the production. We were about the users, right? So we're teaching you how to actually hand over your testing, your prototypes, your documents to developers, because they're the ones that will be able to.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. But I can hear myself twice. echo. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, we
Thanks.
can.
Okay.
Yes, we
So,
can.
all right. So basically, that's all how to interact with developers and giving them exactly what they need, right? So that they be able to bring our designs to life. Because at the end of the day, they are the ones that bring our designs to life, right? So capstone project, that's just real life project. Who would work on real life projects, real life situations and problems. And yeah, so basically, at the end of everything, you'll be able to start your journey as a product designer, be able to land your job if your first UI UX design job, and not just landing it, because it's one thing to land a job and then not, but then you are sure that even though you've landed that job, you can keep it and you can also grow from there. Like, so like I said, this is not a new journey to me because I also started like this as well. And it was something that is because I was determined, and very interested. And I just really wanted to learn this. So if you are very passionate and you are interested in it, I mean, it's not just only the courses we take, like the time when we're having our lessons. No, your own personal time, you can be able to, go back and try and then make mistakes and come back. I mean, when you learn, you go back and learn again. And if you have any issues, we are always here to, put you through, right? So it's going to be an amazing journey, basically. And yeah, because at the end of the day, it's for you to land the first role and also grow in it too. Do you understand? And be able to enjoy what you're doing at the same time while you're making the money you're making. So yeah, that's basically it. So I'm just going to leave you guys with a quote. Not leave, but if you have any questions, but then the quote of the day is every great dream started with a dreamer. So you can start yours with us today. And yeah, so far that's it. Thank you guys. If you have any
Yeah.
questions, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the presentation, Mena. I really appreciate. Has anyone got any question? If you have any question,
Well,
please kindly raise your hand and I'll be calling those that got a question. Or if you prefer to drop your questions on the chat, you can drop it on the chat. So has anyone got any question? Let me try to share my screen again. 1 second, I'll be calling shortly. Let me quickly share my screen and I'll be back to. Please don't be shy to raise your hand, This is the opportunity to clarify any doubts that you might have and to ask more about probably the process. So please kindly raise your hand if you have any question. All right, I'll go to Alonge. Please, if you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Alonge.
Okay, sir. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing, sir? How was the day going, sir?
Thank God, no bad. Thanks.
Yes, sir. The question I'm about to ask is concerning the process, sir.
Yeah,
The
go for it.
the first question goes thus: the price, the amount
Yeah,
299
yeah.
in
So
Nigeria, in naira.
yes,
How much is that?
so that
How
is
much is
200.
that? That is the first
So
one.
yeah,
And the
let me.
second one is the time of the training.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So the price in naira is 240,000 naira. If you take away the 30%, that will leave you with 168. With star 168, only half of that is required to start, and the other half can be paid 5 weeks time after starting the course. As regards the timing for the training, the timing will be 8 p.m. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. That will be 3 days a week. I think Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays, if I'm right. Yeah. So it will be in the evening.
Thank you, sir, for the answer. Thank you.
All right. You are welcome. As please kindly raise your hand if you have any questions. All right. Let me read from the chat. All right. Okay. How much in Naira? I just answered that now. So in Naira, that will be 240, and only half of that is, so 30% from 240 will give you 168, and half of that is required to start. This probably Mena will answer this. Are there programmers who are UI UX designers?
Yeah, Patrick. There are programmers that are UI UX designers. So those are front end programmers, front end developers, right? So they are the ones that they design and then they do the coding, bringing it to life basically. So yeah, there are programmers that are UI UX designers too.
While you're still online, can Figma be used without internet?
Yeah, Figma cannot be used without internet. You need internet for your Figma. So if you're going to join us, you need to have internet, your laptop. Yeah, so those are the two requirements because you can't use Figma without internet. Even though you download the software, you still need internet because while you're designing, it's automatically saves your work. So if you're using it without the internet, you are not saving your work. And if probably something happens or maybe you shut down your laptop, you probably might not see your new design. So yes, Figma can be used without internet.
All right, thanks, Mena. Taufik, your questions for those of us who are doing 9 to 5. That is why we give the grace to start late in the evening, 8 p.m. in the evening, so that at least you'll be home before the session starts. So yeah. So for those doing 9 to 5, you can still join because it will be at night anyway. So you'll surely be home before the session starts. Olowo Kere, how about its backend? I do not fully understand that question. Probably if you can rephrase that question and
Okay,
well,
exactly. I think you need the back end of design.
okay, take it then. Do you want to answer that, Mena?
What I think he's saying or is asking is how about the back end, like back end development of design? That's for developers. It's not part
For
of
the
UI
units.
UX. So that's for engineers. Yeah,
All right.
that's what's asking. I don't know.
Can Figma be used on Android phone? This is the journey. When you are working, I think I can as well answer this question. When you are working, you won't, let's say you get a remote job paying $300 per day. You won't be working with your phone, right? Definitely you require a laptop or a desktop to work. So you need a bigger screen, bigger than your phone to work. So, yep. All right, let me go back to Richard. Can you unmute yourself and ask your question, please?
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening, Richard.
Okay, sir, what I want to ask is, what about a missed class? Let's say we started a class and maybe a student missed the class. Are there materials or handouts
Oh,
or videos or something to?
all the sessions are recorded.
Okay, but are there materials that maybe someone can use to maybe study on his own or something?
For the session that requires material, yes, materials will be provided as well.
Okay,
But
thank you so much.
you're welcome. Yorinde.
Yeah, I want to ask, wow, this Figma, is it an online app? And the other app she mentioned, I forgot the name, I didn't grab the name.
All right, Mena, do you want to take that?
Okay, if I get you correctly, you mean is Figma an online app? Is that
Yes,
Figma
yes,
and Adobe XD?
yes,
Is that what you are asking?
yes.
It said yes.
Okay, yes,
Okay,
like
they are online,
it's
right?
an application. So you can either download the app on your desktop or your laptop, or you can use the website version, that's the web version. Either ways, you still need to go online because you don't use it without an internet. So I don't know if I've answered your question.
All right, while you're
Okay, I
still
got you.
on. All right, thanks, Yorinde. Please, if you have question, raise your hand. Mena, this question goes to you. Can we start with the Android? We said that's the question. Okay, you know the question regarding the Android. Mena, do you want to take that? Hello, can you hear me, Mena? Can everyone hear me though?
Yes.
All right, probably she's not there. Let me take the one I can take. I'll come back to that. At the end of the internship, what would be the proof that you are skilled? It's like it's your knowledge, how you demonstrate your knowledge. Let me give you a quick. I think I didn't say this about myself as well. I transitioned as well. You know, my background was in accounting, and I even have masters in accounting as well. You know, but I was tired about what I was doing. I needed a career change, and I did similar training back then, like 3 months training. Someone coming from an accounting background with no technical knowledge, I transitioned
Can anyone hear
into.
me?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you now. You are back. Hello. I think she's having network issues. All right, so I did similar training, 3 month training, and I transitioned into tech as a software automation engineer, writing codes in programming language like C sharp and all of that. This is someone with no technical background, you know. How do I prove that to the employer that I know? It is from the practical knowledge, you know, it is from the way I was answering the question because you've done the job. That is the whole point of this exercise, of this process. You are going to get your hands dirty. And at the end of the process, you can exhibit that you know what you're talking about with the way you answer questions, and with your portfolio that you must have built with different projects. That's how you exhibit that yes, you have what it takes to get that role. You know, it is when they doubt you that probably that's when they might be asking for certification or whatever. But if you are confident about yourself and the process, it's all about that to make you believe in yourself that you can do it, and that will be your proof. Your proof is you showing me telling me that you've done this thing before, and this is how and how and how you did it then. You know, make your story convincing. That is how you prove it that you know what you're talking about. It's like any other role that you apply for, you know. So I hope that has answered that question. So that's how you show that you are skilled. And tell me, believe me or not, my students, you know, I think this will be this 5 months journey is the highest out of all the courses I offer. The one that is close to this is 4 months, which is data analytics. Most of them are 3 months. And at the end of that 3 months, they can showcase to employers that yes, I know my stuff. They can give examples of how they've done it, how they were able to handle it, and all of that. That's how you know that you're skilled. Where is the venue for the training? This is not a physical training, because at the end of the day, you want to secure a remote job. I am quite sure that is the aim of majority on this call, to be able to secure a remote job. So everything you'll be learning, whether the practical training, working on a project, everything is going to be virtual. Everything is going to be online, and we'll be using Zoom for the online meetings and all of that. So it's not a physical training. It's going to be online, a live session with the facilitator, so that you can get used to the idea of working remotely. When you are collaborating with your teammates, everything is done remotely, everything is done online. And that is why you need to get used to the process, so that when you eventually secure that role, you know, you can function very well. I hope, Gilbert, I hope that has answered that question. Uh, Mena, can you hear us now? Are you back? Mena, are you back? I'm very much interested, but not financially okay now. Any hope for me? Probably the next batch you might join. I've tried as much as possible to make it very affordable, you know, with the quality of what you are going to get at the end of the day, plus the reference that we are going to give you to back you up that yes, you are skilled because you've worked with us for 5 months. I think that is a bargain that you are getting today. For those who will be enrolling between now and Friday, you are getting a big bargain. I can beat my chest when it comes to the quality of what you are going to get out of it, because I understand the situation. I understand because I've once been in that shoe as well. So I understand what it takes to take someone from point A to point B. I don't only do the job now. I train others as well, you know, to become like me. I didn't read this thing in school, you know. I did similar course as well. So this is something, if you are really interested, it is worth investing in it, because at the end of the day, what you'll be getting, what you'll be making, it's way, 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 way more than what the amount you use to subscribe for the training, you know. So that's what I can say. Can I use my Android phone for the UI UX and also Figma? It is advisable for you to, because at the end of this whole journey, you want to secure a role. When you secure a role, you cannot use your phone to design for that company. You know, you need a proper laptop to design. You know, so I'll recommend to do it the right way. That's to Newe. Please, when is the next ready? Please, when is the registration for the next batch starting? I can't say that one now, because this one has to kick off before we even think about when the next batch will be starting. It might be around February ending when the next batch will be starting, but I'm not 100% sure about the date yet. Let me quickly call on Chima, do you want to unmute yourself and ask yourself a question? Chima.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, that's good. I'm a full stack developer and I have some background in UI UX design. Yeah, I understand that UI UX is a broad process. It involves a lot of processes, and I also have a certificate, the Google UX Foundations certificate. And from there, I really understood that UI UX it includes a lot of processes. Yeah, so I want to ask if you if in the training you go really deep, like advanced, like how to create solutions, design solutions, yeah, design thinking and all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Is that the only question?
no, I have one more.
Okay.
Yeah, you also said that we'll be given the opportunity to work with a team, right?
Yes.
With a team of developers and all. Yeah. Can we, apart from the design skill which we must have gained by then, can we use other skills, in your team or however?
All right. So let's start from the first question. Are you going to go in depth? It's going to be an in-depth training whereby at the end of it you'll be able to, um, as you said, create a solution, because the point of, before you as a developer start working, you need a visibility of what should be done, probably from end to end, so that that can guide the development. So you'll be able to provide such documentation. I think in Mena's presentation as well, she made mention of that as well. You'll be able to, it is not just for beginner what you're doing. This is like a, will I say, master class that covers everything that you need to know. Because remember, at the end of the day, you'll be creating a portfolio. Mena made mention as well that your portfolio will become part of your CV as well, because it will showcase the work that you've done. How you bring ideas into realities and all of that. So it's going to be an in-depth, and you'll be able to do much more, at the end of the whole process. As for the project, the idea is for, because every other person that will be on that project as well, they are students from different backgrounds as well. As I said, this is as a company, we offer more than UI UX, project management, business analyst, scrum master. So it's everybody, it's students from different aspects coming together to provide a solution to a problem, and working as part of a team, and in an agile setting as well. If you have more than um, product designer knowledge that you want to offer, it's a team, it's an agile world, all right? It's an agile team. Why not? You can showcase or contribute as well. But the whole point of that project will be you working as a product designer as part of a team to make sure that a solution is given to a particular problem, and development is done in sprints and all of that. But if you have more to offer than product design, why not? You can make your suggestions known to the team as well, or tell them what you can do and what you cannot do as well. The whole point is for you to work together, and make something happen at the end of the sprint. Has that answered your question, Chima?
Yes, you have. I have one final question, please.
Yeah, go for
Are there past students who are gone through this training?
this particular UI UX.
Yes, please.
This particular, thanks for that question. Okay, let me tell you a background. So we have every other courses running all this while. And the reason for this particular UI UX coming on board is because when my students go on projects, I need to probably pay for product designer separately to, design that bit for them before they now start. So that was where the thought actually came from. If I can have a training, right, that actually train people to become a product designer, then after that, they can work on the project that previously I need to seek someone outside the team to do. So this will actually be the first batch of UI UX, and it's a baby compared to other ones that we've been running for years, business analyst, project management. But the idea is still the same. Our logic hasn't changed. Whether it's business analyst, whether it's project management, whether it's UI UX, the main idea is the support that we give. Many people wants to go on a journey, but if you don't have the right support, they tend to, when it's half of the journey, they might realize that, you know what, I'm not getting the right support, I'm backing out. But so that is what we make sure that we provide when it comes to our training, any of our training. So for this particular one, this is a greenfield. This is the first cohort for this UI UX. But when it comes to other courses, you can go on. If you can do it on all other courses, whether it's software testing, DevOps engineer, business analyst, Scrum Master, and they are coming up with testimonies, then product designer will not be least of it all. If you want to see our testimonies, you can go on our page on Instagram at Learn with Pride to see few of the stories, a few of the testimonies of people getting jobs, even in more difficult career line that is much more difficult than UI UX, like software testing, automation testing, DevOps engineer. People are getting job, but you have to put in the work. So that's what I'll say. Chima.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much. If I have any question, I'll type it in the chat section.
No problem. Thanks, Chima. Richard, I'll go to you now. Richard.
Okay, sir, I just wanted to confirm, is there like any form of certification that when you're done with the course?
Okay. When I was giving my presentation, I made mention briefly about certification. On request, certification or certificate of completion can be given by our company, right? So you get that, but on request, that is if you want it, because any form of certificate, I really don't believe in it. But for your own record, yes, if you ask for it, we'll give it to you. Richard,
Okay.
has that answered your question?
Yes, thank you so much. I think Tim already asked the second question. I think I'm good.
All right, no problem. Please, if you have any question, please kindly type it in the chat or raise your hands. Thank guys for this for Friday. Please, you are here to answer yeah, I know. I was waiting for Mena. Are you online now?
I'm here.
All right. Newe, I don't know whether I'm saying that right. And if you can see my screen, it's he or she said for the starter. That's my phone. No, please. When I'm not even get. Is it possible to unmute Newe and ask your question, please? Because I'm still not.
Oh, we see English, Jesus. Even me, I can't read it.
Newe, please. Is it possible you unmute yourself and ask this question? I'm still not getting the question. That please, if you can unmute yourself, please ask that question.
Yeah, almost done sharing.
All right. Any other question, please? If you have any other question, please kindly raise your hand and I shall take it before we round up for today. So again, quickly, there will be a 30% discount on this a month. So if you are paying in pounds, that's 299, in naira, that's 240k. There'll be a 30% on that. So in pounds, that would be 210. In naira, that would be 168. Half of that is due to start on the course, on the journey, and the other half you can pay after 5 weeks into the process. This will be a 5 month program, so you can't get it any better elsewhere than that. It's gonna be a 5 months journey, 3 months practical training with hands-on experience, and another 2 months working as part of a team, in an agile setting. So if you want to take advantage of the whole process, you can subscribe between now and Friday and take advantage of the 30% discount. But again, from Saturday, you can still apply, just that it's going to drop down to 10% from Saturday. And you can take a screenshot. You can take a screenshot. And also, if you want to get in touch with me on WhatsApp, you can WhatsApp that number on your screen. So again, you can take a screenshot. And also, I'm sure that my guy must have sent a WhatsApp link on this chat earlier on. If you want the recording of this session, you can join our WhatsApp group. The recording will be shared on our WhatsApp group, or you can as well go on YouTube, probably by tomorrow. Follow us on YouTube at Learn with Pride. Search for Learn with Pride on YouTube, and this video will be available on YouTube as well. So anyone you like, either YouTube or you can join the WhatsApp group as well. So any fine, oh, all right. Favor, you raised your hand.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Favor.
Okay. Sorry, my question go this way. On the UI UX, I want to ask concerning somebody that into graphic design more of a CorelDRAW. Can the same person use that knowledge and that skill to start up with UI UX in creating these elements such as tab, widget, and menus in terms of evaluating or illustrate design concepts using set map, process of flow, and storyboard? Can you use the same that idea you use it and work, or is different thing entirely?
Mena, do you
As
want to answer that?
then
Okay, hi Favor. Yes, so if you have a background in graphics design, CorelDRAW especially, that's what you said, right? It's actually
yes.
the same thing, but with product design or with UI UX, it's broader than that, because for CorelDRAW you're limited to just doing logos, sitemaps, menus, tabs, and all that. But with Figma, that's UI UX is. So let me put it this way. UI UX is like the umbrella of everything. Do you understand? So if you just have idea, or if you just know how to use only CorelDRAW, that can't you can't be like you can't even use CorelDRAW to even do UI UX, right? So it's like UI UX is like the umbrella of everything, because in there you can also be able to do graphics, and so that's why I said Figma is like the umbrella of everything, right? So, but if you already have, since you already have the idea of graphic design and CorelDRAW, right, it's going to be like a walkthrough. It's just like additional knowledge for you. Do you understand? To be able to make
Okay.
your design idea robust.
Okay. Also, second question. Sorry, I was logged out due to network issue. On the Figma aspect, on logging in Figma, most to do and all this, I try on the iPhone 8 Plus to get the first. I just save it as my first project. Try to, because I overheard you saying that we should. That is part of thing that you're going to do. So I have to create the account. I see the surface, but I want to know, is it also related to this Figma and UI UX? Is it exactly what you have to use it, or you use it as a this thing platform to process your design?
Okay. If I get you correctly, are you saying you tried creating an account on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, you can create an account on your phone, but you can't use it on your phone.
I
So
use
what
no
you
no
can,
I didn't use it in phone. I use it on system. Then right now I'm
okay.
using the phone. Yes, but what I'm asking, the Figma itself and this UI US, are they using the Figma like on a platform that you're practicing your design for?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
You're using Figma to practice your designs, right? So you
okay,
use
okay,
Figma to
okay.
practice your design to make
For
you
the
use
user
Figma to make
interface.
your designs. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Okay, so how do I get? I need to get connected so that I can work with that UI US. Most of the registration, I did not get that all through because I was logged out. I don't know how much for the registration and the rest. I don't know. I need to follow up the next training so that I can be part of the team for the Figma.
Favor.
Yes, sir.
If I'm trying to understand. Okay, you don't want to join this batch. You want to join the next batch. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes. I'm trying to check for my financial
Okay.
capability to know if I
All right.
can join. So I need to get more detail of the money aspect, both in Naira, so
Yeah.
that I know.
So the naira, if you are taking the advantage of the 30% today, which is due on Friday, the amount to pay in naira will be 168.
Okay,
But it's not the whole 168 that is due to start. So for you to start on the 23rd with us, it's only half of that 168 that is
okay,
due, which will be, sorry, my calculation is not right. Let me just tell you how much that will be. So only 84,000 will be due to start on the 23rd. Then the other 84,000 can be paid in 5 weeks' time after starting.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. But if you can message me, you can chat me up on WhatsApp if you have the number. The number again is here. So for any clarification, further clarification after this session, please, anyone that wants to chat me up, you can get me on that number, and I will respond to every question um, that you have. So you can take a screenshot and you know message me later on to clarify things further if you want to. I think the advantage of embarking on this journey with us is the bit for the reference that'll be given at the end of the 5 months, because that means you are working for us from the first month to your final month. So that is 5 months, which goes a long way when you are finding a job. You know, again, no company will recruit you if you cannot showcase that you've worked somewhere before, right? So, and we give that to you as well. All right. So thanks, Favor. Olowo Kere, I'll go to you now if you can unmute and talk.
Hello.
The
Hello, can you hear me?
network. Are you using two systems together? It seems to be clashing or something. Or probably the network. I
I've
don't know.
actually sent my question through the through the message.
Have I answered it?
No,
I've answered it.
no, you are yet to answer
Oh,
it.
okay. Let me. All right. What's the question? Probably I missed it. The WhatsApp link. Oh no. Okay, what does the backend and how? Okay, who does the backend and how to do the matching? Mena, do you want to answer that? Do you want to mute your mic? Hold on, let me mute. Olokere, if you can mute your mic, please. Olokere, can you mute your mic? 1 second, let me mute him quickly. All right, Mena, you can go for it now.
Okay, so he said, who does the back end and how to do the matching? Anyway, as finished product. So the back end is the back end engineer, right? That's the developer that does that. So basically, like what Mr. Akin said, we're going to, I think he said something about us after, at the end of the day, you guys will be able to, you know, work and then see how your designs come alive. I think, I don't know if that's what he said, but the back end is the code. That's the job of the developers or the back end engineers. So yeah.
Thanks, Mena. Yep. All right. If so, any final question from anyone before we call it a day?
Did I answer the question?
I don't know. I think he's having, I don't know whether network issues. I'm not sure. Oh, yes. He said yes. That's fine then. All right. So any final question from anyone before we call it a night? Final word, final question. Again, you can reach me on this number, so don't be shy to reach out. All right. So if there's no any other question, thanks everyone for your time today. Really, really appreciate. Hopefully, we can see you on the journey and walk the walk together. You know, it's not only about the money. It's about the finished product. You're able to get the job at the end of the day, because when that happens, someone somewhere will ask you, how did you do it? And then you can refer us. So that is why we are after the quality and not the quantity. So if you want to if you want to be part of the journey, don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll see how we can work together. So thanks everyone. Enjoy your evening and hope to see you on the journey. Thank you. Have a lovely evening. Bye bye.